rack 'em up, Yo, Will, where you at, man? Yeah. You're now rocking with the Cave Gang, baby. We the caveman, the cave vets is the ladies. The way that we shoot pool is crazy. Shouts out to the boss Phase, he amazed me. Yeah, it's the Cave Gang, baby. This ain't nothing, no, we do this on the daily. If you shoot like an A, B, or a straight C, have a conversation, what's been going on lately? It's the Cave Gang, baby. It's the Cave Gang, baby. Yeah, Cave Gang, baby. It's the Cave Gang, baby. Hey, stay tuned. It's gonna be a good one. It's the Cave Gang, baby.
Welcome to episode 3 of Caversations.
Right, what's up, what's up?
We got the legendary Scott Heykoop in the building, man.
What's up, baby?
What's going on, Coop?
Just living, man, just living.
I heard that.
Right.
What's up, man? But first and foremost, man, it's good to see you as always.
Yes,
You know,
yes.
you my dog.
Yeah,
Come on
yeah.
now. Y'all walking to DJ's bar the other day, right?
Yeah.
Yo,
Yep.
and I see Dave Mitchell.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
the Godfather of pool. Shouts
Right,
out to Dave
right.
Mitchell. It's Terry Collins, Terry Bars. You know, I say what's up to them. They playing pool league or whatnot. And then I see somebody tap me on my shoulder. I'm like, who the heck is this? I turn around, I see that smile right there, and it's cool. You know, with the hat to the front as always.
Right.
I'm like, man, what the heck you doing in town, man? I had to run away for a minute, like, yo, what's up, man?
Yeah, I got in town Wednesday and
Popping up on me, man.
I just sneak in everywhere, you know.
Right.
Yeah, that's
Visiting everybody, as many people as I can see.
That's
So,
right. Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with that. We be happy to see you every time.
Yeah,
man.
Exactly.
Never change,
And every time you come, you touch bases in the cave. Every time.
Every single time.
I make sure of it. So,
Heck shit.
Yeah, it never changed.
yeah, I I shot out the break room and then I came in, stopped
Right.
the DJs. And,
Right.
Shouts out to the
I had-
break room,
yeah,
by the way.
I
Shout out to the
had,
break room.
I had to go and get some, get the blood flowing a little bit.
Yeah.
So.
Ain't nothing wrong with it. You doing everything right.
Yeah, so cool, man. We all know that you skipped town, man. Where did you move to, man?
Well, I left about 3 years ago, and I took off. I went out to Missouri. Tried out Missouri. I was right by St. Louis.
Right.
Tried it for about 3-4 months. It just didn't pan out. So
Right.
then,
It'd be like that.
and I ended up getting a job offer in southern Indiana, and I went to Indiana. So, and I thought, well, that's cool because it's actually closer to Michigan. You know?
Right.
Yeah.
A lot easier to visit my kids and stuff. And
Right.
And us. Don't forget
Yeah,
about
right.
us.
and everybody, you know. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
So I took that job and it was working out good, and I spent 8 months there, and then I got a job offer back up in Grand Rapids for the same company. So I took that job up in Grand Rapids. So I came up to Grand Rapids for about 5 months.
Right.
Yep.
And then they shut down the whole department, and so that didn't. It just, I was like, I didn't want to stay at the company because the position they were going to put me in was not something that it was
Right.
feasible for me. So I
Right.
ended up going back down to southern Indiana,
Yep.
and I got a different job down there, but it was a working job. I mean, 12 hours a day, 12
grind.
yeah,
Yeah, you had to
every
grind
other
it
week,
out.
every other weekend off, and that was it. I mean, I didn't have no time to do nothing.
Right.
So I did it for a whole year, and then I took a break, and then I went to I took a break,
Yep.
and I ended up down in Chattanooga, Tennessee, and that's where I've been for the last 3 months, and
Right.
and then that's just not going to work out either. So
Right.
so I figured I better come up and visit everybody, and see what's happening.
And we
then
glad to have you here, man.
before-
Always.
before
Hey,
make
I
my next
commend
move-
you for jumping off the ship, though. Like, if you see it ain't rolling right,
Right.
Oh,
you
yeah.
like, peace.
On to the next one.
Yeah, on to the next one. My next move is going to be a big one, so I figured I better.
Next move always the best move, man.
Yep.
Yeah, my next move is going to be big, and I don't know really how much time I'm going to be able to come back to Muskegon area. I'm going to be going out to Mesa, Arizona. So,
Right.
We might have to come visit you then, man. Come on now.
Yeah.
Why
So-
not?
Wintertime's the best time to be there, so
Yeah.
definitely, we'll figure out something.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
So once upon a time, you told me you was big into hunting, man. You want to touch bases on that?
Oh yeah. My father took me hunting when I was 12.
Okay.
And that was the biggest thing in the world. I never thought I'd be like just just
Oh, wow.
you know,
That's
my
a
number
good-
one passion. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's-
Good one right there.
There's a good one.
Is that a 9 point? What you got there? I know a
Yeah.
little bit.
yeah, I think that one might be an 8 point. Yeah,
It's an 8 point?
But yeah, I've gotten a few, and I've hunted the same land that my dad took me to ever since I was 12 years old. So I've got a lot of years invested up there. Every year I try to go back to Michigan
Yep.
just to go up there and hunt that area. So
Right,
you know,
right. Heck yeah.
hunting is my number one passion.
I heard that.
I mean, you know, it'll always be my number one passion. It's always been something that has always brought our family together.
Right.
Yeah.
Good times and bad, no matter what, our family comes together during hunting season. So
It's like a creative control
yes,
for you, probably.
exactly.
I like that.
It's,
I
it's
like
been
that.
amazing. It's a spiritual thing too, in a way, because you know you're just out there with
Peace
the
of
nature,
mind.
and
Yeah.
and yeah, there's
Yeah.
nothing. There ain't nothing out there that affects you like everyday grind. So,
Gotcha.
Right.
yeah.
Heck sure.
But yeah, it's amazing. I love hunting. I've been hunting everywhere. I've hunted I've hunted in Missouri. I've hunted in Illinois.
Mm-hmm.
I've hunted in Kentucky now. I went there over last season. I might be hunting out in Arizona. Who knows?
Right.
So we'll see. We'll see
So-
how that goes.
So you like hunting and shooting. So what made you start shooting again with pool?
Well, I think I was about 21.
Okay.
And I was at a point where I had an opportunity to venture out and go into the bars, and I saw the tables. I was down at Mike's Inn, of all places, downtown Muskegon.
Oh, yeah. I know
Yeah,
what Mike's
Mike's
saying.
in.
I've been there several times for pool league. Yeah.
Yep. And one table, you know, and
Yep.
I shot a little bit there, and then I made a move, and I moved out to Seattle, Washington.
Okay.
I tried that out for about a year and 9 months, and then I came back, and I went right back down to Mike's Inn,
Yo.
and I'd go in there middle of the day, buy a roll of quarters, and play till that quarters were gone. I mean, I went in there almost
Right.
every day and played and played and played. And,
That's how you learn, though.
Yep,
You know.
and you know, there was nobody else there, so I always played by myself. And then,
Right.
it was a passion. It became another one of my passions. And then,
Right.
Modelo, brother.
Yes, sir.
and then I started, you know, venturing out to different bars and playing in different bars. You know, wasn't DJs back then; it was BS Bills. You know. It
Oh
was,
man, that's
yeah,
back
yeah.
in the day, huh?
Yeah. And that's
You talking that OG talk
yeah,
now?
oh yeah.
Yeah.
And playing against different people, and it was amazing. It was amazing. Definitely started going around different bars and playing. One of the key things that when I came back was Steve Semmelbauer, my cousin. He's my cousin.
Rest in
and,
peace.
God bless you.
yeah, rest in
Somebody
peace,
so.
Steve. He, I've always known about Steve and his pool. So when I came back from Seattle, that was my number one thing to do, is to find Steve and just play him a game of pool. So
Right.
and I ended up getting lucky and beating him, and that just, I was on fire after that. That
At
was
least you had some bragging rights.
yeah, one game, one game.
That's all that matters.
That's all that mattered at that time. Yeah,
For
definitely.
real. So, with that being said, so what's some of the big tournaments that you actually played in?
Oh, I played in big tournaments everywhere. I played in big tournaments down in Chicago. I played in at the Chris's Billiards.
Nice.
Yeah.
Gotta show respect.
Famous,
to
famous,
famous Chris's Billiards
Yes.
for the Color of Money, the movie.
Color of Money
Yep,
movie.
yep.
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 That's when he filmed it.
I've shot up in the Alpena tournaments for the statewide billiards tournaments. I've shot in Jackson
Okay.
down at Game On.
Heard a lot about the Jackson tournaments,
Yep.
man.
I started shooting for the Eagles Club, the Eagles Club, and I was shooting in eastern part of Michigan. A lot of like Durand, Flint area, stuff like that. Lake Orion.
Right.
I've shot all over, just all over. Just great tournaments. I mean,
Right. So like what about there? Where's this at?
that's the Alpena tournament.
That's the
That
that's the
is,
one on the right.
never
That's
been there
Alpena.
either.
Yep, the Alpena tournament has a swimming pool.
I
right
just was about to
in
ask that. Is
there.
that a swimming pool?
Yes.
Pool and pool, huh?
It's,
Right. It's a double
Yeah.
entendre.
It's a very humid place to play
I
pool.
bet, I
And it's
bet.
in February, so you figure the pool is probably somewhat heated or whatever, or it's inside, so it's a very humid place to play. But
Right.
that's one of my very first time I met somebody there.
Right.
Speaking of humid, man, I just got high. Hold up. Keep going. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
It was a great great thing that happened there.
There we go. That's more like it.
I was practicing with the infamous and most famous Mr. Sir of Grand Rapids, Michigan, Nate Doyle.
Okay.
I was practicing with him, and thank God he got hungry because he went off and went to go get some food, and I'm sitting there and I'm practicing. You know, it's 75 cents a game. I remember that.
Right.
Yeah.
And who walks up? None other than the Detroit legend, Kenny Brisbane.
Uh-oh. Now we talking.
You know, he saw me practicing by myself, so he come up and he asked if he could practice with me. I'm just like, well, yeah.
Let's
You know,
get it.
I said,
What you talking
he goes,
about?
He goes, you need quarters for this? I said, I got the quarters. You don't worry about that. So I gave him some quarters. He racked them up, and Nate got his food and he was sitting down
Man,
watching.
shout out to Nate Doyle,
Yeah,
man.
Nate
Nate
Doyle.
Doyle. Can't wait to see you again, man. Great
O'Doyle
dude.
rules.
Yeah, that's right. Great dude. Shout out to Nate Doyle.
Yep, and so Kenny Brisbane racks it up for me, and I break and run.
Ooh.
First rack.
Started off like that? So he knew it was
Kenny
real.
Brisbane.
Yeah, you got to
Yeah,
do
You
it.
know,
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I
One
gotta show him
mistake.
what I got.
Yeah.
So he didn't really.
He thought it was
I-
luck?
Yeah, probably thought it was luck. I don't know. But so of course, he didn't have any quarters yet. So I gave him another set of quarters. He racks them up again.
Do it
I
again?
broke it off on him again. So you know, Nate's back here just chuckling.
Yeah.
And
I can hear
I'm
Nate
like,
right
yeah,
now.
I know.
I can see Nate in
Yeah,
there.
oh
right
yeah.
now.
So then he's starting to look at me now. He's like, "Who is this guy?" You know, and I'm just like, "Okay."
He's
you
trying
know.
to figure you out
I'm,
now.
I'm trying to figure myself out. So I'm like, I'm playing Kenny Brisbane, you know. So he racks him up again, and I break it off on him again.
Oh, third time the
Three in a
charm?
row.
3
Not
crack.
like that.
So that was the end of it was a stop and a question and answer
Right.
Yeah.
section of the meeting of Kenny Brisbane. Who are you? Where are you from?
Right.
I want to know about you. And
Right. Now.
So now when I see Kenny Brisbane, he remembers me. So
Right,
it's
right.
an amazing feeling to
First impressions is
right,
good.
right.
Yeah.
First impression, you know, and so I have much respect for the man. He's
Oh,
a
damn.
great pool player.
Yeah.
He showed me a lot of love that day, and I've run into him since then, and it's amazing. It's amazing
Yeah.
to have
Yeah.
an impression on him to where he recognizes me.
Right.
You know, 'cause
Right.
I'm just a guy from Muskegon, you know.
Right.
I'm not from Detroit, so.
Right. What about this picture on the left?
The left is it's a teacher's billiards in
Teachers billiards.
yep in St. Peter's, Missouri. It's
Okay.
real close to St. Louis.
Right.
That was like diamonds.
Did you
Yeah, yeah, that's all
people a
diamonds.
couple
Diamonds.
lessons up there or what?
I played in some tournaments there. I
Taught a couple lessons?
I got into the money. I didn't play as well as I should have.
That happens though.
You know, I
Yeah.
mean, I did bounce around and tried different places and shot different places around there. It was amazing. You know, when I got down to Missouri, I didn't know anybody down there or anything. So
That's kind of a good thing. Though.
I
That
met
makes
some
it
people.
good.
I met some people there. You know, they're really cool. Everybody treated me good. So
Right.
you know, when you go out of town like that, you know, you don't know what to expect. So.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're right.
I shot in like a Jackson, the Game On tournament. I went down there. Not known very well. That was a summer that I just played a lot of pool.
Right.
Shot up in Honor, Michigan at the Falling Timbers.
Right.
I shot, Jackson. I was just going everywhere. I went to Lansing,
Ooh, wait.
Kalamazoo, but I went to the Jackson tournament, and I ended up I bought myself into Calcutta for $10. The tournament was $30.
Okay.
There was probably 25 people in there, and Andy Ben was there.
Andy Ben.
Yep, got a
Yeah, I heard a lot
yep,
about Andy Ben.
Ben was there.
Heard a lot of good things about him.
Canadian Dave was there.
Also Canadian Dave, yeah.
There was a
Yep,
couple other really good guys there, and I was just like, man, this is gonna be a tough field. I was totally zoned in.
Zoned in.
Yep,
I was just about to say that.
yep,
You just
and
caught a gear.
I caught a gear, and
Game time.
and I just played phenomenal. I played some of the best pool I've ever played, and
Right. Right.
I ended up splitting with Canadian Dave at the end. I had the hot seat, but we were like 8.5 hours into this tournament, and it was getting late. I know he
Yeah.
has to go back to Canada, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
I said, why don't we just split it? So we didn't split it equally, but he gave me the better half of it. So
Right.
I got all of the money in from the Calcutta. So you know, so that was a bonus there. So that was one of my bigger wins.
So a person so well versed and traveled as yourself, man. Like you got a lot of stories. You got a lot of places you done played and a lot of places you played at. You've seen more pool halls than probably a lot of people that's watching this gonna see in their lifetime.
Oh yeah.
So I mean,
You just summed it up pretty much.
Yeah,
Like a lot of people like, where?
a lot of people, a lot of people ain't gonna see as many pool halls this man has seen.
I heard about as many pool halls.
And you should be celebrated for that, my brother, because that is the original grind.
Cheers to you.
That
Cheers
is the
up.
grind. That is the grind. So, what kind of mind state do you put yourself in before you play in one of these things? Do you got like something that you do? Are you?
I'm pretty much my first thing is I've got to get into a place and I've got to at least try to get comfortable. I mean, when I go into new places, I'm extremely uncomfortable usually. And I went to a tournament in Kokomo, Indiana. I tell you what, I don't know what it was.
Wow.
I could not think, I could not focus, I couldn't do anything.
All eyes on you. They know you're out of towner. You know, they size you up as soon as you walk in the door. That's how they normally do.
Right,
Like, okay,
they didn't know me, and then they had different rules. You know, 8 balls counted on the break, and
Everything different.
You know, everything's different, and so I've got to ask questions, and I feel, it feels uncomfortable to do that, but I mean, but
Right.
So I didn't do very good. I'm gonna go back.
Right. I'll be back.
I'll be back. So, I mean, I'm not done. I mean, I usually go into a place, and the first time I'm usually just not really into it. You know, I can't get my head. I'm just new, and I'm trying to focus. But if I go a second time, usually I get my groove on, and I start playing. You know, and so I will go back to places like that. You know, and then like I went down to. When I was down in Tennessee, they had a place called Chattanooga Billiards Club.
Okay.
And they have 2 of them. They have one on the east side and then one on the west side. Now,
That's big.
I went, that's huge. I mean, and I walk in there and I'm just like, man, I'm about ready to turn around. I said, this is all big table stuff, man. I mean, I'm a bar table player.
Yeah, they got the 9-foot boys.
They got the 8 and 9 footers in there. So, and that's so mentally, my first time going into a place is usually my worst, but what I'm focusing on now is my trying to get into focus when I walk into a place, whether it's going to be a new place or not. Right. Yeah. Before I shoot a ball, I'm going to start focusing better. I'm not going to think about, where I'm at or anything like that. I'm just going to think back. I'm back at the cave, man. I'm just playing with the guys or something.
Yeah,
but, I mean, so my game plan is basically just try to get mentally prepared. You know?
Yep.
I like that.
Steve told me one time that he says just focus on it the night before. And
he told me lock that back leg.
Yep,
lock that back leg. That's
and
what
lock that thought in your mind.
Yeah.
And have those dreams about you making a certain shot or winning the tournament or whatever. I remember him telling me that one time, and then I've shot on a team with Steve.
Yeah.
And Evan.
Yeah, I used to be on his pool league team with him for years. Yeah.
We shot in the Grand Rapids Open together. It was me, Steve, John Skolvik.
Yeah.
Got a shout out to John.
What's up?
What up,
Evan.
John?
Shout out to Evan. And we had Jason Sheffield the first time. Shout out to Jason. Jason's a hell of a good pool player too.
Yeah, Jason is good too.
So I mean, at least I have that experience.
Right.
Now that Steve's not here, so.
Yeah, well, speaking of that, let's get into a clip of you shooting at one of these big tournaments.
Oh,
I think this is the Falling Timbers.
Yeah, Falling Timbers.
Let's see it.
All right, now he's playing one of our other good friends, Tony Flannery, right here.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
Shouts out to Flan, man. What's up, big brother?
2.5 hour drive, and we got to play each other.
That's not true. I cheated and I looked over there.
Yeah, Tony misses the 3 off of the rail off of the 7.
He's left that
and
for
leaves me
Scott.
open, so. And this is the toughest table here, and that's what I'm just up there
I
firing
think
these
that's
balls.
what Trent was saying.
Yeah.
That's what Trent was
Pockets
saying.
is so tight. I didn't play up there, but Trent said those pockets are getting to your mind.
And I'm like, I don't know. I was still firing balls,
Right.
I was
You must have been in a confident stroke then if you was doing it like that.
I was shooting pretty good. I think that was the summer that I was really starting to get out and play a lot more. So
Yeah, so you was feeling good.
I'm moving the cue ball around pretty good.
That was a good shot.
Yeah.
I mean, I got good position here. I got, just roll up. I got the 5 easy,
Just finish your job.
And then, I'm gonna have a good angle on the 5. So, see, I actually got perfect angle because you got to go to the rail and just a little bit of draw and bring it back
And
for the 6.
then not leave yourself treetop. That's big.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't think about that before they shoot a ball. You don't leave yourself treetop.
But I'm firing these balls.
You are. That was a good shot.
I mean, it's adrenaline.
Oh, man.
And I'm begging. I got to beg once in a while.
Right.
So. But
We all do that.
But so then
Whoa.
I'm stuck here. So
Now let me see what's
So-
going on here.
So I'm just getting crazy here. I'm just like, yeah, I'll do this. It works.
Oh, wow.
So,
Like that.
and I got nice shape on the 7. So
Beautiful shape.
Okay.
yeah. I've been known to make a
Show
few
me
crazy
something
shots.
I don't know. That
yeah.
was, I didn't know how you gonna get yourself up out of that.
I was thinking,
Man.
my personal thought was, if I can kick it back up the table, then he's got to try and work to get back down to the 7 or, get
Yeah.
position for the 7. But
Then
for
when
me
it
to
goes
make
in,
it,
hey,
right,
like Trent said, you create your own luck.
right,
He did
exactly.
say that.
So,
This is a prime example of
Good
it.
stun shot off the rail.
Good stunt
Yeah.
shot off the rail.
and then just, I feel like I'm just on top of the world because I'm just
Right.
busting these balls in like,
That was
Well, True said you just got to make that one.
So
You
yeah,
gotta make that one.
I got my I ain't scared shirt on and everything.
Everything.
I ain't scared of nothing.
For real. Next
Oh,
time the
man.
kid gang on it with the ice scare.
Right.
Oh man, that was awesome.
That
man.
was a good tournament. Tony came back and just put the whooping on me. But,
Right. Yeah.
but
like that.
I mean, I just had one shot where them pockets were tight, and
Yeah.
I tried to fire one in, and
Yeah.
just to get position for the 9, it was on the 8 ball, and I
Rattlesnake.
we like to call that brr, like
it wasn't Rack City, it was Rattle City. So,
We all done that.
right.
oh yeah.
Yeah, man. I
Yeah,
remember.
that was a good learning experience, and and Tony, I no matter what, I always loved playing Tony. So
All
Yeah,
the time, man.
yeah.
For real. But
Speaking of that,
yeah.
so who was some of the 2 people that inspired you to get into this game of pool?
Very
Oh.
good question.
well,
Very good
there was
question.
an older gentleman by the name of Tom McDonald. Rest in peace, Tom.
Rest in peace.
You hit me with the Tom McDonald.
Yeah.
You hit me with the Tom McDonald, man.
Oh, yeah.
Rest in peace, Tom McDonald.
Great guy. Just
Great dude, man.
Great.
Great player too.
I remember going to the doghouse.
Great player.
And playing in the doghouse tournament.
Saturdays, man.
Yep,
Gotta be
Saturdays.
there at noon,
Yep,
right?
yep, gotta be there at noon.
Gotta be there at
And-
noon.
And we're playing 10 ball, and I remember playing him, and we're both just missing and missing and missing. And he goes, you know what? I can't even beat you because I feel bad if I beat you.
Right. You like, wait a minute, what?
I mean, I never had a guy tell me that he felt bad about beating me.
Right, right.
So,
Right.
but we ended up, I've known Tom for a long time, very long time. Back when I first started shooting, I had met Tom at the Clover Bar.
Right.
So- And
Nice.
so I've known him, I've known about him and everything else. And then, of course, in the later years when we would play together in the doghouse tournaments or in the Rocket Pocket tournaments, he's always been there. He's always been a solid person.
Always.
Always been just
Genuine
just an
guy.
inspiration to me because
Yep.
he's always been there to, if I got a question, I still use I occasionally will use his break that he taught me. If I'm breaking one way and it's not working, and I break
Yep.
another way and it's not working, then I go back to my Tom McDonald break.
I heard that, yeah.
So, I
That's
mean-
gonna stick with you forever.
Right, it'll be with me forever. So,
Right.
so that's one of the guys, and then of course my cousin Steve. Steve was
Once again,
Another rest in peace,
yeah,
man.
another rest in peace, and Steve was by far probably my biggest inspiration. I mean, I just know that I've watched him, I played with him, I played against him, and he's always been somebody that has always given me praise for what I've accomplished.
yes, and who
he's-
you are,
and
period.
and he might not have seen the tournaments that I've been in and the wins that I've gotten or anything like that,
Yep.
but they hear about it.
True.
And
Which
his-
means everything.
And it'd be him, and I wouldn't hear it so much from him,
Yeah.
but his wife Jenny
Oh,
would be there.
what's up, Jenny?
And
Jenny.
she would just
What's up, Mom?
Yeah.
Hey, Mom.
Jenny is amazing, and she would tell me. She goes, "Steve is so proud of you, and you know, and everything you've done, and this and that, and
Yeah.
you know, because I try to be, you know, I don't try to be the super cocky guy. I mean, I try to get along with everybody, and you know, and so I mean, I don't want.
There's a fine line between cocky and confident.
Right,
so, you know,
exactly. And
yeah.
I try to be the cocky at times, just for fun, and then you know, but I also want to help people too. You know, if I can see something that they're doing,
You don't want to be a shark in a fish bowl being cocky too. It's like, okay, what are you proving?
Exactly.
Bring some more sharks in there. We're gonna see how that draws get a little tight.
Right.
You know what I mean? So don't be cocky around lesser players.
Right.
You know, let's see when the other big dogs get up. Let's see how you gonna do this.
Really
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. But
it was amazing.
I got another rest in peace for you. A guy that used to tell me used to play with. A lot of people know this guy, Muskegon legend, by the name of Monty Bechdel.
Yes. I've got a story with Monty Bechdel. So when I used to play at the Clover Bar, they used to have tournaments, and I seen this guy come in, and he's got a glove on, and this is a long time ago, and this guy's wearing a glove on.
Right.
I'm like,
I heard he was a black belt or something like that too.
Yeah,
Like, what kind of glove you got on today? Like, you got the white gloves on?
He worked for the post office. He was a black belt in karate.
Heard
He was just a very disciplined type of pool player.
Yeah.
And I've had some. I didn't do really all that great with him in tournaments. He just destroyed me. And at the time I was working down in Grand Haven, and I'd come up with excuses. I don't feel good today. I'm going home. You know.
Yep.
I didn't go home. I went right straight to Northway. I said, "Where's that Monty Bechdel at? I'm looking for Monty Bechdel."
Right.
And there he is,
That's it.
sitting there on the big 9-footers. And
Right. I don't want no bowling shoes or
no,
nothing.
I'm looking for Monty Bechdel.
Monty
Monty
Bechdel.
Bechdel would be there every time. I don't know why or how. I knew he was there, but he'd be there.
Right.
So I would play him. We do some 9-ball, and we do like a race to 5 for $5. You know, he respected the money thing. He wasn't trying to kill me, but
Right.
so I'd lose my $20 after freaking 4 sets and stuff like that. And I'm just like, this is crazy, and I'm just like, I can't take it. So maybe a week later, I'd be sneaking out of work early, and I'll be right back down there, and there's Monty. So it might have took him 45 minutes to beat me the first time. The second time it was an hour.
Right.
Then the next time it was an hour and a half.
Yeah.
And then the next time it was 2 hours before he got that $20 out of me.
That's right.
And then I walked in there one time, and I got lucky enough, and I beat him 5 straight.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sitting there. This is probably 8-10 times in, maybe more.
Yeah.
And I beat him 5 games in a row. He
How
picks
did
up
you
the
feel?
balls and starts putting them away. I'm
Yeah.
like, wait a minute. I'm down, a couple $100 here, and you're just going to pay me $20 or $5,
Right.
and we're done. You know?
Yeah.
So I don't know how to really take that, other than he was respecting me for my accomplishments of getting better, and I've always had a good time with Monty Bechdel. He's a good guy. Unfortunately, we all get older.
Yeah.
And you got to make the best of every situation that you get.
Exactly.
So
Yeah, his name is solidified.
Yes.
Everybody speak highly of Monty Bechdel. He paved the way for
I think
a lot
he
of
was
us,
even
man,
a teacher
that do this game
of
pool.
billiards.
Yes, he was. Yes, he was.
Yes, he was a teacher.
At the college, from what I heard.
Yeah.
So you mentioned Clover Bar a couple times, man.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
When I first started, like really getting
Yeah.
serious shooting it,
Yeah,
was
that's
at Clover
right. I
Bar,
used to love
man.
going to Clover Bar and shooting, man. Shout out to the Corner Boys, by the
Shout
way.
out to Corner Boys, man. We still there, but we just had to elevate, baby.
That's right.
Clover Bar has, I had 2 or 3 years in Clover Bar almost every day playing pool in there. And it got to the point where people would come from other bars just to come into Clover Bar
Yeah,
just to play
yeah.
me,
Yeah.
And I played a lot of people. There's another one, rest in peace, Dick O'Keefe.
Okay.
Not a lot of people know him, but he was out of BS Bills,
DJs, yeah.
So, hell of a good player. There was Tommy Decker came in there, played me.
Tommy D.
Yeah.
What's up, Tommy D?
Shoot, who else? I had an older guy come in to play me one time by the name of Jimmy Anderson, an older guy. He worked out of Brunswick.
Okay.
And he walked in. He didn't want to play pool unless we played for $100 a game. I
Right.
said, well, you know.
A game?
A game.
Oh, he was serious.
He was dead serious. So
Dead serious.
I ended up playing him for 100. He beat me. I was like, you know, I was shaking. I was just tore up, you know. And then he was packing up, ready to head out. And I was like, hey, man, I got another 100 here. So we ended up playing for another 100.
Yep.
And then I ended up winning. So I got back to even. And then I beat him 2 more games. So I got up 200. And then he's like, I'll play one more double or nothing. So we played for $200. I ended up winning 400 that night. And my thing back then was, you know, if I ever got a decent amount of money playing pool, the next day I go out and get me some new shoes.
Right.
You know, you got a style.
It's got a style profile, baby.
Right. So
You gotta let them know what's going on.
right. I had Larry Benson used to come in and play me.
Thank you, Benny.
Yep. Bank Benny.
What's up,
He
baby?
coming up soon on
Yeah,
Caversations.
Yeah.
Can't wait to have him.
Yep. Bank Benny's got stories for miles.
Yeah,
You know, I mean,
he does.
yeah, he's been around. He's been more involved in the game than me. I mean,
Right.
I had to back out for a little while. I took like a 15-year leave of
Hiatus.
absence. Yep. And I had other things I had to take care of, and then I came back and
Rejuvenated. You gotta
Rejuvenated.
rejuvenate, recuperate, man.
Yep.
You gotta do that
Yep.
sometimes.
Yep.
For real, man. But yeah, I remember when I first met you. We did a sub on Sports Page Pool League
Yes,
team.
yes,
We spent on Serena's team, Serena Orchid.
Serena.
Hey, Ma, how you doing?
Hey.
And Brian Orchid, which is her husband.
Yep.
Shout out
He
to
came to me.
B.O.
He was like, shout out to B.O. What's up, man?
They've known me for a long time, and they've watched me shoot pool for a long time.
But I didn't.
No.
So I'm like, well, who's this guy? I gotta approve of him if he gonna be subbing on our team.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And sure enough, you played the first game, and I said, what the fuck was that? That was some of the baddest shit I ever seen. I said, this dude is good. I'm loving the fact that he on our team.
Yeah.
You doing some of this crazy inside English spin, and I'm like, man, you gotta show me some of that one day.
Oh, yeah.
And then after that, that's when we first went to the Soaring Eagle tournament. Like our first year going up to the Soaring Eagle pool tournaments. And I remember because I was at work, and you say he's gonna come pick me up from work. I had my luggage at work.
Yeah.
You,
Oh, yeah.
you
Yeah.
came. As soon
Yeah.
as I clocked out, you was
Yeah.
outside.
Yeah,
Mark,
we
let's
were-
go.
Yeah.
With the trunk open.
Yeah.
Ain't that when you ran into Allison Fisher, man?
Oh yeah. You know
I
what?
think we got the pick, man. Hold on.
Do we?
Yeah.
Oh my God. My favorite pool player lady of all time, Allison Fisher.
Look
Wow,
at
that
it,
was a great
man.
memory.
That was young Mark. That was young
That
Mark,
was
man.
young Mark. I had a swag shirt on, say swag on full. You see that? That was a young Mark right there. But yes, man, I was
still
blessed
got-
enough to meet
yeah, I
Allison
got-
Fisher that day.
I got that picture of you and her, and you and the Black Widow.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
I still
Shout
have
out to
those on my
Jeanette
phone.
Lee.
Shout out to Jeanette Lee.
We
Wish
praying
the
for you
best.
over
We
there.
we are praying for you. So, what's your best memories of the Soaring Eagle tournament?
Oh.
I know you have went a couple times.
Oh, I've gone. Yeah, I don't know how many times I've gone. My best memory of the Soaring Eagle tournament is when I went in there as, you know, I've been a B player forever, for quite a while now. First time I went there, I went in as a B. I didn't even try to, you know, everybody talked me into just going as a B player.
Yep.
And I didn't do that great, but you know, I went in there this I don't know, this is probably 5th or 6th time that I went, and I'm feeling pretty confident. I'm feeling pretty strong. I'm ready to play, you know.
Yeah.
And I go 4-0, and you know, in the B bracket. And I'm just
Yeah,
like,
you're like, no, I didn't come in for that.
Yeah, I got another
room
I got
up there.
another room. I got a room for the night. I'm not a big gambler, you know,
Right.
as far as all that slot machine and
Yeah.
anything
Yeah,
like that. So I'm just like, what can I do? Well, they hadn't started the double B tournament. So I went up and I asked those guys if I could get, you know, pay my entry fee and get into the double B tournament.
Which is a smart idea.
And they said, well, we have to think about it. And then, you know, and so maybe it wasn't even an hour later. They came back and they said, yeah, we'll let you play, you know. And so I went in the double B, and I don't know, I became a different person. I don't even know who I was, you know.
You just jumped to a whole
Yeah,
different zone that you didn't even know you had.
Yeah, I became just, I got into like a zone that I've never been into before. I think maybe once the Jackson tournament, I got into a zone there too. And,
Yeah.
you know, it's hard to get into zones like that, but, you know, I mean, you really got to just bear down and grind it out. And I played some of the best pool I've ever played in that tournament, that double B tournament. I ended up getting like a 5th, 6th finish, you know, and then, of course, once you do that, then I was pretty well locked into the double B bracket. So,
Right.
you know,
Yeah.
so no matter what, I feel like I'm going to be stuck there if I ever shoot in a Soaring Eagle. So, but I mean, that's okay. I'll get back to that point. I'm
Can't wait. I
quite.
know you can't
I'm
wait.
not quite there right now, but I'm getting there, and I'm going to continue playing. So,
We got time.
yeah.
Oh yeah,
Definitely got
oh
time.
yeah, we definitely got
So,
time.
yeah, that was my. And then I also had another time when I went there, and in the B bracket, I got 10th, 11th in the 8-ball out of like 130 people or something.
Wow.
And then I also got
That's
like,
big, though.
I think I got either 3rd or 4th in the 9-ball, and in the same weekend.
Yeah.
So I mean that
Yeah.
was huge for me.
Heck yeah.
Right.
And I bought the grinding hoodies. You know.
Oh, yeah.
You know I bought.
I had to have mine.
Yeah, everybody
Yeah.
had to have a grinding hoodie.
Had
so,
to, yeah. I think I just had mine on that picture. That was
Yeah.
the picture, the gray one, yeah.
Yeah.
I had to have it.
Yeah.
That's my first grinding hoodie.
I mean, that was like an automatic. So yeah,
Yeah.
that was Soaring Eagle's always been it's been a good time there. So
Always.
Always. Yep. So yeah, I remember we used to go to patio and play in these Jack and Jill tournaments.
yeah,
It was the
yeah.
funnest
Yeah.
thing ever. You used to go down there and play. You used to always have a Jill come down there and play. It's like,
Oh, they, cool. They all want to cook. Cool.
Oh man, some competition in the house.
yeah, I have a very good track record of the patio tournaments. I don't know why, but
Likewise.
Hey,
You know,
yes. Speaking
have-
of which, we
That's
got a couple
right.
picks, man.
yeah. I got some big wins with
Yeah.
Renee Kuhn, of course.
Shout
Yep,
Shout
yep.
out to Renee.
That- my Bonnie.
That's right.
Yep.
Shouts out to another
And,
K-Vet. Who is that? That's
yep.
Brandy.
Yeah,
Brandy.
it's Brandy,
Brandy.
man.
Shouts out to
Yeah.
Brandy.
Brandy
Another K-Vet.
I don't think Brandy had ever
1-1.
won one. So, I mean, for us to win against Matt Broughton and some woman that was from out of town,
Yeah.
Right.
I believe she was from like Rhode Island or something like that, and they were just down there, you know, and they actually, the only reason that we beat them is because they scratched on the 8-ball. But I mean,
Hey.
you know,
A win
hey,
is a
that's the-
win.
You won.
win is a
Win
win.
is a win. 10
So,
is a 10.
I'll tell you what, Brandy was probably one of the happiest women I've ever seen.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
and I've shot in other tournaments, and I've always been in like the top 3 down
Yeah.
there. I think
It's
I don't-
like you're good. You're a good Scotch player. I'm a good Scotch player, and Mark a good Scotch player. We actually kicked off a triathlon together, and I've won with Renee countless of times.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Mark, he done won countless of times with Mary Wapsis or
shout out to
Angel.
Mary. Yeah.
Shout out to Angel. Shout out to Mary. And I done won with Sherilyn before.
That's
I mean,
right.
it's just that's one thing I can say about us three up here. We are great Scotch partners.
Yes.
Right. Yeah.
I try not to put a lot of pressure on them.
Yeah,
I know, you
that's the
gotta let 'em
best.
be-
That's the best.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I think that, you know, it's, yeah, everybody wants to win. I want to win, you know, every time. But,
Right.
I mean, I want to focus on just trying to have a good, peaceful time, you know. I mean, I don't want no bickering about something or this or that. You know, I always try to, you know, I try to leave the shots for the women that are, you know, that I feel confident that they'll make. So I
Right.
might be a little bit more creative on moving the cue ball around and trying to get it
Yeah.
so that it's easy, you know.
Right.
And with Brandy, we had a match against Sean Buckholz and his wife Emily, and you know, for some reason we just clicked on that match and we won. And I know that was huge for her because
Yeah.
you
Right,
know,
right.
and I would never ever expect to win against Sean Buckholz.
Anytime you win against Sean Buckles, that's a
Yeah.
plus. That's something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then,
that's
you know,
a plus.
well, yeah, and then, you know, we just clicked that day, and we just had a good tournament, and she had a great time, and I was happy that I was able to give her that win that
Right,
she
right.
needed because she still loves the game.
Yeah.
True,
you
all
know.
the time.
And
Yes,
this
you do.
this was years ago, so
Yeah. I played with Brandy a lot of times. We only got second place a couple times. She'd just be so nervous.
I'd go
I was,
down
I
to-
was glad she was able to win
I
that.
remember going down to Clover Bar, and I'd be just beating everybody down there, and everybody be signing up their name, and then Brandy get up there, and for some reason I couldn't shoot a lick.
Right.
And then, so finally I ended up taking her over to, she met me over at Landmark Bar.
Right,
It was on a
right.
Sunday night. I think it was free
Which
pool
is,
or whatever.
Ski Town Tavern.
Yeah,
now.
Ski Town Tavern.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
Landmark. I remember Landmark.
Then I opened up a whole can on her. Yeah, she learned the coop lesson.
Oopster.
Shout out to Landmark. Landmark used to be
Landmark.
fun.
Man,
That's
that was
that's when I
what?
beat Richie Richardson, man.
Oh, yeah.
At Landmark, man.
Nice.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So, yeah, we got a segment that we do. You know what I'm saying? Called Two Strokes. We got some questions for you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna start off.
All right.
I'm gonna start off. When we say 2-stroke, we want you to answer. Quick, fast.
Right.
All right. 9 foot or 7 foot?
Bar table, 7 foot.
Good answer.
All right.
8 ball or 9 ball?
A-ball's always been number one.
That's
All
also
right.
a good
All
answer.
right. Pool hall or bar?
I gotta have some music, and it's probably gonna be a bar. But it's gotta have minimum 4 tables.
Okay.
So,
Hey, I didn't.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
Janet Jackson or Beyonce?
Janet Jackson.
All right.
No, not at all.
All right.
All
Your
right,
preference in tip, soft tip or hard tip?
I actually use a medium tip.
So in the middle.
In the middle.
All right.
I'm okay with it right now. So,
Okay.
Kamui or Tiger Onyx?
right now I'm doing the Kamui. I'm happy with it. I feel like I might want to drop down to a soft tip.
Okay.
But I'm definitely, definitely happy with it. So,
All right.
All right. And that was 2-stroke, man.
That was 2-stroke.
But we're gonna segue that over into. I mean, what do you shoot with? What do you shoot with?
I bought a Sean limited
Okay. LTD.
from James here in Mesquite.
Everybody
And,
wants a Shona. They should have one. Like that.
And it was pricey, but
They normally are.
Yep. But I've gotten my money back and then some. So
Right,
I'm very happy with it. I really don't feel like I ever want to change. I know that all the new stuff that's out there now, I'm not ready to make a commitment to that yet. I'm gonna stick with my wood.
I heard that. Yeah. Instead of the
So
carbon
the
fiber,
diameter. That's
personal
another question we asked
Oh,
everybody.
diameter, I use a 13.
Okay. All
Or
right.
the cue ball, huh?
Yep.
Ain't better.
And you get people that either go low like me or they go to the standard.
Yeah.
But it's just good to know what a person likes to use. You see how you know what they do with
Yeah.
with that cue.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
So yeah, man, Coop. It was so nice to have you.
Yeah.
back.
Hold on.
I am
We
so-
ain't done yet, man. You know
What we got? What we doing?
Oh, hell yeah. They're gonna be wondering
Oh,
about
yo,
this.
looking like this. Looking like this right now, man. What's up?
They're gonna be wondering about this down there in
Let them
Arizona.
know what's going on.
Yeah,
They'll
yeah,
find
yeah.
out. Let them know what's going
Oh,
on.
yeah.
Get
Yeah.
down there, man. Let them know.
Yeah.
Let them know it's a
Perfect.
cave game.
Perfect. All right, I appreciate it.
Good to have you,
Yeah.
man. So when you
All
go
right.
down there, make sure you let
Yeah.
them know
Oh,
about
yeah,
us
yeah.
and
Oh, yeah.
everything that's going
Hell
on,
yeah.
man.
Yeah.
It's always a pleasure seeing you,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
I can't wait till you come back, touch base with you
Yeah,
again.
I'm not really for sure. It's gonna probably be a while. I mean, I gotta get down there. I gotta get my feet in the ground. I gotta figure out some stability. This moving around has been amazing. And I've
Yes.
seen a lot of different things, and I've
Yeah.
played in a lot of different places. And there's a big tournament there. I played in a big tournament down at John Wayne's Pub and Grill down in Indianapolis, which was an amazing tournament. They had Alex Olinger there, Jason Seaman
we just
came
seen
down.
him on the
Yeah,
Battle of
yeah,
the Borders.
Yep. Jason Seaman came down.
Him
He
too.
played in it. He was down there with Tommy Medina.
Medina.
Tommy
Yeah.
Medina.
Yeah.
However you want to say it.
Yep.
Yeah.
I know he likes it one way, and
Right.
I'll say it both ways, so that way I got it
Right.
Right.
Smart.
They came down. I was thrilled to death because here I'm down in Indiana. I don't really know anybody, and then I got people from Michigan, and I'm like, yes, I got my
my
home
squad down
I
here.
got my home
Yeah.
people down here. So that was cool. I got to watch some awesome pool. I've seen Justin Bergman playing there.
Justin Birdman.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's a
Amazing
man.
pool player.
He
Bergman.
couldn't play on Moscone Cup because of the whole, pandemic, but he'll be back, hopefully.
When I was down in Kentucky doing some hunting, I wasn't too far from Paducah, Kentucky, where Skylar Woodward is from. I wanted to go,
Which is one of my
but
favorites.
with the whole pandemic and
All time.
everything, I'm sure that he's not out anywhere shooting. So
Right.
but I'm everywhere.
I
I'm
see
everywhere.
that. We're going to have to
I'm
come to you.
everywhere.
Like you said, if you don't come to us, we're coming to find you.
Yeah, I know. I got to dig my feet in somewhere so you guys can actually come to a place, and then I'll be there.
Coop and Luke, we coming to check you out, man.
Hell yeah.
Most
You
definitely.
come back and check us
Yeah,
out,
yeah,
man.
I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm always gonna come home.
Right.
I'm always
First
gonna
and
come home.
foremost,
So,
isn't it? Yeah, that'll never change.
but I've experienced a lot, and it's just been amazing. I mean,
That's beautiful.
different places, different things, different environments, different people. I've met a lot of different people. It's just been. I mean, I got stories for days. So I mean, but.
But when you come back, the next episode,
Hey, we can do part 2.
we got time.
We got part 2.
We can do part 2, part
Hell
3,
yeah.
part 4. We got it.
Hell
man.
yeah.
Also, Father's Day Massacre.
Yep.
I've been hearing big things about this, man. It's supposed to be happening. Father's Day Massacre.
The Fallen Timbers thing has always been on my mind, so me and Tony got to play this out.
What does that be? A rematch from that
Be a
Fallen
rematch
Timbers
from the
tournament.
Fallen Timbers.
June 20th.
Cooper Luke, Scott Heykoop versus Tony Flannery. Father's Day Massacre.
We might got a little something for y'all, man, to show y'all after we do our salute. So
Oh, do we?
yeah, you might have a little something we might see.
Well, what we waiting on? Let's do it.
All
We
right.
out. It's Cave Gang, baby.
See you later.
Yeah, rack 'em up, Yo, Will, where you at, man? Yeah. You're now rocking with the Cave Gang, baby. We the caveman, the cave vets is the ladies. The way that we shoot pool is crazy. Shouts out to the boss face, he amazed me. Yeah, it's the Cave Gang, baby. This ain't nothing, no, we do this on the daily. If you shoot like an A, B, or a straight C, have a Caversations, what's been going on lately? It's the Cave Gang, baby. It's the Cave Gang, baby. Yeah, Cave Gang, baby. It's the Cave Gang, baby.